Petrol shortages have turned parts of Britain into this weird amateur dramatics immersive theatre version of Mad Max. There's fights in forecourts. Well, you can sort of call them fights. I mean, look at the state of this. This is the direct result of the government locking up all our best hooligans. We're left with these handbag swingers. Antifa are having to switch to electric-powered Molotov cocktails to burn down businesses. And service stations are missing no opportunity to gouge desperate motorists. Cloister's Gulf petrol station in Sloane Avenue was selling fuel for £2.68 per litre. That's nearly twice the average price of £1.36, although still substantially under the average London price for lager at £37 a litre. Weirdly, near me petrol stations are still open, but have no petrol. Who's going to petrol stations for stuff that isn't petrol? Oh, I just really like the sandwiches at Esso. I mean, I could watch porn on my laptop for free, but I prefer the social awkwardness of forcing someone to ring up a copy of Razzle on the cash register. Extinction Rebellion and Insulate Britain are thrilled that there's no petrol. They want us to walk everywhere and recycle, but petrol is the ultimate recycling. Petrol's formed from prehistoric plankton that died and built up in layers with sediment on top. Basically, landfill garbage. Over millions of years, this was compressed by rock and turned into oil, polluting the ground it was in, exactly like an oil spill. Environmentally friendly oil companies cleaned up the ground by extracting this oil, refining it to make it cleaner, storing it safely, and then distributing it to motorists where it could be safely and cleanly burned in engines without harming the environment. The government's called in the army to deliver petrol. Man, you never know what each day's going to bring in the armed forces. Like one moment you're fighting bloodthirsty jihadis in Syria, the next moment you're in Afghanistan disrupting Scotland's heroin supply, the next you're Deliveroo for school-run mums. I think this whole crisis was engineered by China so that they can invade while the army are all driving trucks and don't have their guns and rocket launchers with them. And they're sitting in highly explosive petrol tankers. Man, has nobody in the government seen any 1980s action films? A single well-timed bullet and kaboom! Those whole things go up just like that. The government's even talking about getting prisoners to drive petrol tankers. Man, they're going to hand over the keys to like jihadis and criminals. Why don't we just skip that step and I'll just set fire to myself right now? And everyone's blaming Brexit. Oh, it's Brexit, Brexit, Brexit. Except, is it Brexit? I mean, this is a global problem. Poland's got a shortage of 123,000 drivers. Germany's short 60,000 drivers. Well, the last time I checked, those countries were in the EU. In fact, the shortage of drivers in the UK was caused by the suppression of wages that came from open borders, which Brexit is now fixing and making HGV driving a more attractive career. You can't just blame Brexit for everything. Oh, I can't find the remote control because of Brexit. I can't maintain an erection because of Brexit. I don't have free economic movement across the Schengen area because of Brexit. Give it a rest. The real cause of the HGV driver crisis is that women aren't stepping up to the mark. While feminists have made huge strides in breaking the glass ceilings in nice industries such as public relations, which is basically just a glorified brunch, substantially less progress has been made in industries in which you might break a nail. More than 99% of registered HGV drivers are male. Come on ladies, you can't complain about the gender pay gap and then refuse to get your hands dirty. Don't just break the glass ceiling, you need to break the glass windscreen and get into that lorry seat. Although women are at a disadvantage when it comes to HGV driving because it's hard to pee into an old Lucozade bottle when you don't have a penis. Part of the problem is that new drivers aren't entering the industry. Most HGV drivers are in their 50s, and that's the age at which a life of ginsters, pasties and sitting on their arse finally blows up their heart. No young people have trained to be HGV drivers because we were told they'd be replaced by robot trucks created by Elon Musk, as seen here, apparently on a PlayStation 1. These trucks are good for the environment because they only use 7 polygons each. Where are these robot trucks that we were promised? Unfortunately, Elon Musk got distracted dating pop stars and building space rockets, which, to be fair, both those things are more fun than building trucks. Here's his ex-wife Grimesy reading Karl Marx. I wonder if she's got to the bit in the book where she's executed and her alimony wealth is redistributed to party apparatchiks. The real cause of the petrol shortage is panic buying. Everyone thinks that there's going to be a petrol shortage, so they're rushing out and buying more than they usually do, like at the start of lockdown when everyone thought that bog roll was going to run out and they'd spend 2020 hooked up to a ventilator and have a claggy arse crack. It meant I had to spend April wiping my arse on The Guardian. Well, the same thing's happening with petrol. People think it's running out, so they go out and buy loads of it in a panic, so it actually does run out. Which reminds me, tickets are running out for my solo shows at Top Secret Comedy in London on October the 7th and the 28th. There's no HGV drivers to deliver them because of Brexit, so you better get online and book now.